Hello everyone, welcome back to a video. Sorry if I sound weird. I've kind of jerry-rigged a mic out of another pair of headphones, but don't worry. I will continue to record and stream and everything. Hopefully next time you hear me, I'll have a much better mic. But let's just jump right into this. This is exciting news. We've got a new devlog for the Wings of Dawn. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone. It has been a while since we made a proper large development update to sum up what's been happening. We had a large video update explaining what has been happening last year, along with the plans of where to move forward. Now we wanted to make a proper development update to explain what has been going on behind the scenes this month, what has happened in January 2026. You may ask, here we are. This is going to be a long one. So please, take a comfortable position, maybe even get a drink or a snack. We have lots of work to go over, from programming to concept art, animations, new sounds, music, etc., etc. Let's begin. Programming. What's going on? We have been working, expanding, and detailing our flight system to make it something different from our other creature survival games. From other. We got lots of praise from it, from the very bare bones flight system that we had in the tech demo, even when huge amount of things were not implemented or even laid out. However, the feedback from it has been absolutely fantastic. We have adjusted taking off from the ground, the flight speed and acceleration with our Icy Crown Wyvern. We also implemented a new hover system, which players can use to slow down, turn more swiftly in the air, and use it to control flight when landing. This is going to be important, because we have fully implemented our landing system. Oh, nice. Disclaimer, following videos are work in progress. We wanted to share a quick development update and set expectations around the progress being shown. Please note that everything you're seeing is very much work in progress. Since this footage was captured, we've also updated our engine version. Unfortunately, a severe storm in the US has left our senior programmer without power, which means they're currently unable to demonstrate or record for the latest build. Because of this, we're sharing progress from several weeks ago for now. While it doesn't reflect the very latest changes, it still represents the direction and core systems we're actively developing. We appreciate your understanding and patience, and we're excited to share more up-to-date progress as soon as circumstances allow. List of overall programming and engine-related updates. An engine upgrade to 5.6.1, new Icy Crown model textures and animations, new hover movement mode, new landing mode, new ground crash mechanic. Currently working on another engine upgrade to 5.7. There's nothing after that, but I assume 1. Updated EOS SDK files in the project, small optimizations to existing master materials, loads of version control reconciliation work with engine and plug-in upgrades, updates to Icy Crown's movement speeds to match animation, Blow showcasing the hover system in action. Oh, come on, Discord, don't do this to me. Why are you doing this to me? Hold on, we're gonna let it load for a second. One moment. Don't know why it's doing that. That's very strange. Maybe we can... And we get to see the new model. That's very cool. That's very, very cool. Oh my god, you're gonna kill me, Discord. You're killing me. It doesn't sound like, well, there's no sound, obviously, but I love the movement, the smooth transition from flying to hovering. That's very beautiful. You can actually see how organic the movement in the arms are. It looks very cool. Maybe I can do this without it, but it doesn't. That's okay. Very cool, very cool. And below we have a crash landing from speed and landing mode toggled off. Alright. Do I need to close Discord to see these things? What is going on? Why is it so... Come on. Work with me here. Are you not working? Give me one moment. Okay, hopefully we're back in action. Oh wow, did you see that tumble? If the thing will load. Oh, that's a beautiful tumble, that is, honestly. That's fire. That's pretty fire. And the Williams, no, that's a fantastic emote. I'm gonna... Below showcasing the successful landing with the landing mode toggled on. Okay. YouTube, I wish I wasn't dealing with this lag. Why is it suddenly so laggy? Alright, so it looks like you're slowing down with the new landing. Okay. Very owl-like, the way it holds out its legs. I'm actually a really big fan of that. I like that the Icy Crown's basically a giant dragon owl. That's pretty cool. Honestly, big fan of that. Big fan. It looks like they changed the stuff. That's very cool. It's very cool. Concept art, loads of new stuff. Where do we even begin? There has been new concept artwork for the Kirin 2.0 model sheet, new environmental concept art, and planning and creating layouts for new mechanics, including a proper in-depth explanation of how our version of the Senate system will work. I suppose we will go one at a time. Our Far Eastern inspired dragon, Kirin Rapidatus, felt like it looked way too much like a horse. So this had to change. We wanted to take an approach that was more closer to the ancient myths where the Kirin looked more like a dragon than a horse. Additionally, we wanted to make a design which better fitted our game's lore and character design. What do you think of our new dragon haunts? Alright, let's see here. Let's see if we can get a little... So we get the spines, we see the hind legs, hooves, okay, and large claws right here. We get to see the cross section of the tail, so the tail has changed. So you get to see it almost flower out, okay? Hooves are a mixture between goat and reptile. Underside is all hoop, except for real. Whoa. Then we get to see the antlers. Front, side, we see the different versions. Head and neck spines, very cool. Shoulder taper towards the tip like a thorn, very cool. And we get to see different versions of the helmet. So we get the zebra mane like one. We get a pronghorn, more like pronghorn beetle right here with the shorter head and neck spikes. Replace the cheek spikes. And a forked horn. That's pretty cool. I like that. But yeah, it looks like all this would be separate for customization. So you can make the horns look different. I wonder if the antlers will change too, depending on which one it is. Very dragon-like in the front. Almost like Eastern. Very Eastern-like. Instead, rather than horse. Like here it's kind of horse-like, but honestly right here with the scales and everything, it looks more dragon-like. I'm very, very big fan of that. New dragon. Oh, if you're afraid of bugs, look away from this part. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Additionally, Kirin is not the only one receiving some rework later. Although we must specifically state that this dragon will not be coming within alpha build, and it will not be playable anytime soon. Though, Can you guess which dragon this is? It looks like a bug of some sort. What looks like a mite? Oh my god, maybe it's like the Luminara? Like the owl dragon, maybe. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, we have moved on from the bug. You can open your eyes now. More concept artwork has been made in regards to the environmental areas. Villages, forts, castles, and human structures are something that will be coming out very soon. Here are some work in progress shots of what are being worked on in the back end. Unfortunately, we have a shot of some soldiers who arrived too late to help their allies. What a devastating sight. Man, that is beautiful. I love it. Soldier right here with the, oh my god, why is it so blurry? Why are you loading? There we go. I should make this the thumbnail. Shad said that we're allowed to use the concept art as thumbnails. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I'm going to use that. I'm so fired. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Smithing minigame concept. Want to make lots of human crafting elements more rewarding, but also something that interacts with the world around you. You want to have crafting feel immersive, and in medieval times, creating something was not exactly something like what we do nowadays. It had stages, important ones, which could either give you excellent craftsmanship or even ruin a craft if it's done incorrectly. Below is a rough concept of a blacksmithing structure. Players will be able to interact with the different stations from heating up metals to sharpening the blades of swords on grindstones. Very cool. Alright, let it load. There we go. So we get the forge right here. We have a tool rack as well, the anvil. We have the interactive area right here, the grindstone. Looks to be metal stock right here. We see the bellow with pedal. Very cool. And the smoke goes out that way. Oh, very cool. We get to see different stages. Scented colors for forging and forge welding. So we have the heating metal in the forge. Okay, right here. Quenching hot metal to increase its quality. Forging the hot pieces of metal and sharpening the blades. Man, I love blacksmithing. So cool. UI mock-up of character screens. Our leading concept artist, The Terrace, has been helping us to create new mock-up concepts of our character selection and character customization screen, along with some other things as well, like UI and more. Below is a preview of our updated selection roster. While portraits will remain largely the same, the frames and icons will get some updates to look cooler. So we have the little acid dragon right here. We got the vulture. We got the punching boy. Don't know what's going on here. Is this supposed to be the Valad? But this is a Valad. Is this supposed to be the Kirin, maybe? I don't know. And then we have the Icy Crown. So we have a large carnivore, medium herbivore, a smaller omnivore, and a smaller omnivore as well. But this one's more like a wyvern. Or these are all dragons, obviously, but you get different things. So you get to see what this looks like. The Icy Crown's more like a wyvern, traditional wyvern, from like the Vateris. You get a bite. This one has smoke. Purely carnivore. Cool little sigil right here. I assume this is supposed to be an ice breath or a snowflake maybe, because this one's kind of like. And we have the fist right here. Oh, it's sizes. So this is the largest size you can get. This is the medium. This is small. Well, not the largest. You'll have like apex carnivores and stuff like that, obviously. But it looks really good. It looks really, really good. I'm a big fan. UI mock-up of character screen. Really look at how we want customization to look. Players will be able to select between static and customizable patterns. Customizable patterns can be identified by the special paint icon in the corner. You can utilize a wide variety of color gradient palettes for different layers. Static patterns cannot be customized. The Morph section allows players to adjust different areas of their dragon, lengthening, shortening, curving, and winding areas to add more individuality to each dragon. You will have noticed some have locks on them. Not all customization options will be immediately accessible to people, and some will need to be unlocked in game. Also, no, Dustrious might not have any of these morph settings, palettes, or patterns in games. These are just placeholders, and some icons are in need of obvious polish, like genders and camera view. Here's a preview of how selecting your dragon and customizing will work. Please keep in mind that some things are still in need of polish. Okay. So, we have, we'll just pause that. We have a little thing here saying idle. So that means that you'll probably be able to see the running, moving animations. We have male and female. We have vitality, ground speed. Flight speed is none, obviously. Can't fly, cannot fly. However, it is great defensive and offense. Dusters. I like to call these knuckle dusters because they got massive punching arms. Dusters can bring his arms together by holding button. I assume right click maybe? Greatly minimizing incoming head-on damage. Charge attacks emit a bright flashbang, disorienting targets. And obviously we get to see more of these guys right here. And oh, look at that, the little things right there. That's very cool. I'm a big fan of that. Okay, now we get to see the different patterns. We have jungle, we have this one, we have that one. Looks like maybe I'll, obviously these are not done. Unlocked by insert task here, so you're able to do different tasks. Maybe you have to fight a certain thing, or maybe you have to have a horde a certain size or something. You get different markings. You could change that up, but you can't make them pink, I think, except for the eyes. Looks like you can make them purple, blue, green, red, orange. And the grays right here around the eyes, very cool. You can reset camera or randomize. You scroll wheel to zoom, hold left mouse to rotate, hold middle mouse to pan, press H to hide, or show UI. Very cool. Okay, so now we get more morphs. We get the head, body, wings, / arms, tail, and other. So I assume with this, you're able to smooth these out possibly, or change their patterning. So we have more of a soft to a more angular jaw. We have cheek spikes right here. You can see them, short or long. We have eyebrows, obviously, right here. You got the default horns, which are short or long. You'll be able to change the horns, obviously, and the snout length, but it won't be super long or super short. You won't be making a Spinosaurus or a Baryonyx or anything. But yeah, very cool, very cool. Big fan, big fan. Alright, work in progress mock-up of Dragon Player HUD. Dragon HUD mock-up preview with an active aiming reticle, interaction bar, group icons, and chat when in use. The diet, bile, and water icon designs will be updated. So these are not done. Do not worry about these. We're waiting. Just a sec while this loads. Sorry if I definitely sound weird. I'm sorry for that, guys. But I want to let you know that this is no picnic for me either. I have like headphones draped around my neck and also headphones on my head because for some reason my computer will not let me use the microphone, but also the microphone sounds like complete and utter trash, so that's fine. Server. So we have the global, team, local, and system. So it's kind of like old Isle, like really old Isle. We have the interactable thing, hold E to eat, press G to take chunk, hold G to carry. Hold G might be a little much. I think you should take the chunk and just keep it, you know what I mean? Some random talking here. Don't spam player 3. This is where I, as the player, talk. Nerd. No, I'm kidding. We get to see a reticle. I kind of hope this is toggable. I kind of do. Maybe it's for the show UI button. Maybe the show UI button will be toggable, but that's fine. We're going to ignore that I've been tagged twice. You know what? Hold on. Maybe I can look at it, the thing. Alright. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so, proper document to explain how it works in better detail. I am not going to read that. However, you can read that if you so desire. So it looks like we'll be able to maybe smell other animals. We can smell the carcass. Not a scent detected nearby. That's very strange that they had that. I'm not really a fan of that part. But that's okay. Work in progress, mock-up of human player HUDs, human HUD and mount HUD mock-up, preview with damage indicators that surround the reticle. Obviously not done. Obviously not done. Oh, we see a broken bone, we see a cut, we see food, and we see some sort of strange icon here that looks like a dragon. Maybe you learn more about dragons as you go on. Ooh, excuse me. We have a shield right here in one hand. Alright. We have the pickaxe, we have a gold bar, and we have some rope. We have what looks like a skaith right here as a pet. Kind of hope the skaiths can feed themselves because I'm sick of Ark. I'm sorry, guys. I do not fight Ark because those animals are dumber than dirt, okay? I understand needing to feed their trough once in a while, but guys, you're a giant herbivore. I do not need to hand feed you. Anyway, point being, you know, I really hope they can just feed themselves. At least the herbivores. Maybe they can graze or something. Really, really cool looking though. I like that we do have a reticle, but I kind of hope it disappears for some weapons because it feels kind of cheatsy. A little cheatsy. Level design and map work. Our fantastic level designer, Noah, has been learning new tricks and upgraded assets. We're introducing new biomes, new tree types, created and set up different paint layers for the ground. Adjusted grass height and testing how everything mentioned works together and if it's compatible. So in Nomad's words, TLDR, mini tutorials, reading, testing, trying, crashing, crying, fiddling, and everything is subject to change, obviously. Sorry, I'm kind of hoping if I just give it a second, it'll be fine. Turns out it was not fine, but that's okay. I don't want to shove this thing in my mouth so you guys can hear me, but it's almost getting to that point. Time to drink. I drank the water. Load, come on, please. That's okay. Looks like a birch woods forest. We see some more grass. We see bushes and stuff like that. Here we see a naked guy. We see some grasses, much larger. We see wait, how about this one? Does this one take long to load? It looks like it is. That's okay. This is unfortunate. Really unfortunate. But that's okay. Alright, that's okay. We can see it from here. So we get to see the water line right here. Very beautiful. We see some water down there. We see the grasses, rocks, some roots. We see these, what look to be corn dogs. Very delicious. And then we see, oh my god, I love areas like this. So, I've mentioned this before, but I kind of hope we get more like grasslands with water. So I guess it'd be a marshland. The reason being is because in the old Isle streams, like I think it was V3, they were testing a part of the map which was really long grass, right? Like super long grass. But then randomly there'd be deep puddles you wouldn't be able to see. Or there'd be rivers or something like that. I really, really love that. And I kind of hope we do that. Because it's like, even with this really blurry thing that's not loading for some reason, very strange, It's very, very beautiful looking. You can already see, and you can tell there will be some really good areas to ambush animals as a human if you're hunting them, or as a dragon. Very, very cool. I really wish I could show you guys it, but for some reason it's being skrunking. It's skrunking on me right now. Why? 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 Why are you skrunking on me? I don't understand. It's whatever. So we have right here what looks to be some more of the water. We see these corn dogs again. Very delicious. I love, honestly, I kind of like the green coloration. I really wish this would load. Oh my god, this is the one that loads? Anyway, we see the moss on the rocks. Very beautiful looking. You can actually see some underwater growth here. Kind of hope we get some williams or fish in this area. That'd be very, very nice. Sound design and music, OmniSound. With that, it's our time to let our partners from OmniSound to take the stage. New updated music has been created and refined, including some completely brand new tracks that you didn't get the chance to listen to during the previous pre-alpha tech demo. Below we have 5 tracks. Behind the scenes, many more are in the making. 1. The Wings of Dawn, the title track used for the game and played in the main menu. 2. Loading, is the cue played during the creature selection. 3. Awake, played upon entering the world. We'll have variations for this cue with different motifs. Different motives depending on your creature selection. Valad combat. Each creature will have their own thematic material. This is one example of a combat cue involving the Valad. Ambient. It's one of the many ambient cues occasionally played within the world. I kind of hope we can turn off music. Not that I don't enjoy music. However, it feels like when you're just listening to music, it kind of distracts from the fact you're trying to survive. You know what I mean? Like Path of Titans used to do that. It was very, very annoying to just kind of vibe, you know what I mean? We're going to listen to this out of order. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 6 instead of 5, but that's okay. Are you going to play? Oh, there we go. Now it's working. You know what? I'm going to download these and play these in the background, I think. Okay. So we have this. 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 Okay. Now it's saying here, we will show in folder. Okay. Are you serious? It's saying I can't play it. Ah! That's okay. You know what? If you want to listen to the music, just go into the Wings of Dawn Discord. Just, you know, enjoy it. I really want this to play. Because it says here. Maybe if I can. We're going to wait a sec. While we wait for that to load, we'll look at some stuff. Updating Icy Crown Wyvern sounds. With the Icy Crown 2.0 update and new animations, we had to give it the sounds a little bit of an update so that they can be made to fit the new look and animations. Here are the new updated Icy Crown sounds. What do you think? Better? No? Alright. Hopefully this loads. My stupid internet, my interwebs ain't working with me. Oh, wait. I think because it's downloading, it will, take longer. So how about we open that and we delete. I'm not gonna do that. It's whatever. Alright, here we are. Oh my god! Internet, you're gonna make me diarrhea. Alright, one second. We'll just wait here a second, I guess, while it loads. And to pad out the runtime for YouTube, because I'm sure it'll be upset if I have a short little video. Can I open this? No. Cancel. We ain't listening to that. It's fine. We'll try. Oh my god, why do you have to do this to me, Discord? Why? I don't understand. Okay. No! Honestly, I kind of vibe with it. I like the spreading out the wings. Very, very cool. I like the animation of the... I do think it's a little wonky that only one of them raises up that high. Like... Oh, maybe they both do, and it's just pausing, which makes sense. How's everyone enjoying the video so far? Like and subscribe if you're enjoying this content. If you're not, I totally understand because I sound totally awful right now. Oh. Oh my god. Oh no! Don't tell me I have to reset. Alright, we're good. This sounds like the broadcast. You know what I'm talking about? The broadcast, yeah. I think it is. Ah, it's fine. And there goes my dog barking. I don't know if you guys can hear that on OBS. So it sounds like a very submissive call. Perhaps a friendly. Perhaps a friendly. Unfortunately, you guys are going to have to probably see these for yourself because for some reason they aren't loading correctly. I don't know why my internet is so bad. There is no one home. Maybe it's the new spots? I don't know. That sounds more like a friendly call. I think the other one was more submissive. No, actually, you know what? That sounds more submissive. Maybe this one's just a regular chat call. Yeah, that's the chat. Okay. Brand new Dustrious Drake sounds. With lots of Dustrious animations having been created, our partners at OmniSound have started giving this amazing and powerful track in its own sounds. This is the first time you get to hear the Dustrious voice. Here are the creature's calls. Why does this taunt me so? That's okay. It looks like an alert call, maybe? Okay, we're gonna wait for... I'm gonna wait until the internet is able to load these. Until then, I apologize, guys. I do really want to see these, but for some reason, it won't let me see them. So I'll probably have to do it in my own time, but I promise you can join the Discord for free, take a look at these, join the wonderful, wonderful community that's actually in there, and yeah, I'm really excited for the Dustrious. I think this one's going to be my main, unless we get the Dredgelurk, in which case the Dredgelurk will be my main. If you want to know what the Dredgelurk is, I suggest joining the Discord so you can look for it. As you may have seen in our public announcement, we have been looking around to expand our skin artist team. There have been quite a few new skins made by our developers, both concept art and finished skin-wise. Let's start with a couple new skin concept art created by our artist, Nika. For skin concept for Dustrious. It is heavily inspired by Grey Wolf and European Viper patterns, as well as some details of Links and Deer. Something a little more camouflage for our herbivore. So, we get to see the beautiful front view. Beautiful coloration, honestly. I'm a big fan of the blues. And then the deer-like, lynx-like patterning right here along the belly. And the dots. But I think the bands are more the viper. And we get a little bit of Grey Wolf in the face. It's honestly kind of impressive. Sorry, I'm hiccuping. I see crown skin called driftwood, or coastal if you think it fits better. I like driftwood. Very cool. I love the face, so I kind of wish this part right here had a little more green. Just a little more green here on the snout. I think that'd really make the skin look good. Maybe on the end of the tail too? Maybe a little more green there. Or I guess teal, technically. No! Get back there! Okay, sorry about that, guys. We're back. First one is inspired by lagoons and oceanic beaches. Oh no. Skin name Seashore. Okay, there we go. I'm a big fan of the frill. Big fan of the frill. And the arms. They look very, what's the word? I've seen stuff like this in Hawaii. Sometimes the art looks like this. Orchid is inspired by, well, orchids, but with a little twist. Can you spot the eye pattern? Walking with Dinosaurs. Didn't they do that? Didn't the Torosaurus do that in Walking with Dinosaurs? I think it did. I really wish my dog was not barking right now. One second, guys. Oh, never mind. It took care of itself. Alright, what are we doing? Right, the thing. So we get to see this beautiful coloration right here. I'm a big fan of these, and I'm also a big fan of these. They remind me of butterflies, but also like the Torosaurus from Walking with Dinosaurs. The good one. Last concept, a jungle, is inspired by tropical flora. The crest seems a little more bland in this one. However, the facial markings, big fan of that. I'm a big fan of that coloration and that patterning. However, do think the crest needs a little bit more. It's very beautiful, but I feel like there should be a little more patterning, probably like right here. I think right here would be really, really nice. I also think some patterning along the tails would probably work a little more, but that's okay. Okay, so we had the vitreous skin concept strongly inspired by moths. We had the vitreous, which I think will be a fun little acid dragon. I think it's acid. Pretty sure it's acid. So we got, I didn't know if you guys have been here for previous videos, but we have seen this before. It's arms and wings, no back legs though. No back legs. Very cool. Honestly, big fan of this wing design. Big fan. Especially the bottom of the wing. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. I love it. You know what? Since these look so good, I'm going to try to look at these again. Maybe. Okay, so it loads a little more. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, it's not going to load for me. Sorry, guys. Okay, Icy Crown Skin, inspired by Kakapo and owls. I'm a little confused why we have green skins when... Wog! No, I'm just kidding. But, the green skins when the Icy Crown's supposed to be like glaciers and ice flows and stuff like that. It feels very, not bad, but it feels very weird to have a skin like this when you live in an area that's mostly ice. Though I do think Icy Crown is an all-arounder, so it can be around in forest stuff. Updated Grim Aura Icy Crown 2.0. With the new 2.0 model, all the skins have to be remade, sorry. This means all the old skins, including exclusive skins, free skins, and pigment mutation skins. Let's start with one of the most beloved Icy Crown skins that we had in our pre-alpha tech demo. Our new skin artist, Snowy, has given our Grim Aura skin a brand new update. This will be a customizable skin, but there are default colors. There aren't, but here are. Sorry guys, it's been a long day. Alright, we wait for this to load. There we go. Alright, beautiful blues, beautiful purples along the skin right here. Very wonderful. And we have it a bit in the little throat pouch right here. And along the scales of the jaw. Very wonderful, very wonderful. Also, very funny that these look like blocks. And you get a little more on the chest right here. Very cool, very cool. Let's see if we can... Okay, so we get some blue coloration along the wings. It's more of a spattering. It kind of reminds me of stars. I'm a big fan of that. And then you have the purple coloration right here. Very beautiful, very beautiful. You get to see a little more on the edge of the tail, which I like. Legs are a little more dulled, but you can still see it. Very beautiful. I'm a big fan of that. Big fan. And we get to see top view. You see, this is more what I'm talking about. Like, this looks like an icy area. It looks like the Aurora Borealis. At this time of day, at this time of year, localized entirely within this Discord. Oh, this is the bottom view, sorry. But still, very beautiful. Very beautiful. Then we get the top view where we get to see more of this. I imagine XLs are going to see this a lot. Very, very wonderful looking skin. I'm a big fan of this skin. Honestly, I am. Updated albinism Isochron 2.0. Pigment mutations are most definitely one of the most loved skins. We have taken a moment to bring back a couple of the most liked skins. Albinism or albino Isochron. So we get some pink coloration in the eyes, around the mouth and the face, a little more around the chest and the fins, and we get to see it on the feet too. Which, by the way, the feet look like hawks. I'm surprised they didn't go for owl, where you have two toes behind, 2 toes in front. Not a complaining. Alright, so we get the top view. You get to see the pink coloration along the body right here. Very, very noticeable. It's going to be a little hard to hunt as these guys, but it'll be pretty cool. Alright, we see more pink below. Very wonderful, very, very beautiful. If it'll load, there we go. Very beautiful. I'm a big fan of that. Melanism Isochron and the Melanism or Melanistic Isochron. What do you think? Are these updated variants better looking in comparison to the old ones? Or are they just not that interesting? Discuss it on General Chat. So we have an almost looking burnt, like a burnt looking skin. You can almost feel, which is kind of ironic given that it is not that. It's an ice dragon. Ooh, look at the wings. They're so beautiful. I like when there's like a spattering of color. That's really, really cool. And we get to see below. Not as interesting as the top, but that's okay. It's supposed to be a melanistic skin. A little hard to hide. Snowy Taiga, Isochron. We have also created one skin from our beloved community. Thank you, Moonshade, for your gorgeous Snowy Taiga Isochron skin submission. It has become part of our gorgeous beast's appearance, and is fully customizable too. Ooh, look at that coloration along the face and the neck. That is beautiful. I love that. Big fan of this. Big fan of the skin. Do you think these crowns, spikes right here, should be a little darker? Of course. Just my opinion. You don't have to listen to me. I'm some dork on the internet. Look at that. The beautiful tiger-like colorations. Patterning, I mean. So you get the strides, the beautiful blues and grays blending together into white. It looks very natural looking. I'm a big fan of this. I am a little slightly confused why the patterns didn't continue along the wing, but honestly it kind of makes the edge of the wing pop out. And we get to see below, not as much coloration, but get to see it along the tail a little bit on the bottom. But I do wish the bottom had a little more blue, Beautiful though, beautiful. Backer skin, William Isochron 2.0. 2 of the crowdfunding exclusive backer skins have been completed for Isochron 2.0. Here's our skin that was inspired by our beloved mascot, William, which is a little frog. Click on the thing. There we go. I love the William skin, so I'm probably going to rock that as the Isochron, but I think the Taiga is a close second. I also love the beak. The beak is very cool, but I do notice an almost Tyrannosaur-like head. Do you not see it too? Like, right here, you can almost feel like the T-Rex, or like maybe an Albertosaur. A little less noticeable on the bottom jaw, but on the top jaw, you can definitely see Tyrannosaur. Which is good. When you're a dragon, you want some powerful jaws. blue colorations along the wings. Very beautiful. And we get to see it at the edge of the tail if this would load. Ah, my internet. Local dragon nerd complains about internet. Mortal 11. Come on, load. There we go. Ooh, we get to see blue on the fins right here. A little more on the throat. I love the blue coloration here and on the wings. The wings are especially beautiful. We get to see a little below. We get to see them at the edge of the wings right here. A little blue coloration. We see them on the spikes. Not so much on the legs, but that's okay. That's okay. We don't need the blue on the legs if we don't want to. Alright, it's taking too long to load. That's okay. We get to see a top view of it. We get to see the blue colorations. Very wonderful. I love how natural the skin feels. I'm not gonna wait for it to load. We're gonna just move on. But it is very beautiful. I may have to get a little adapter thingy possibly in the future. That's okay. Oh, it finally loaded. That's okay. We get to see it below, along with the moon, really, really bright. You get to see the moon in the background. But you get to see the blue coloration, very beautiful. Very beautiful. I'm a big fan of this skin. Well, I'm a fan of the Williams, so. Backer skin, Abyssal Icy Crown 2.0. For the second crowdfunding backer skin we have is the mysterious and pulsating Abyssal skin. We do not have a video in regards to the animated pulse, however, here you can see what the skin looks like on the Icy Crown. Alright, we're going to wait a sec. Because this one actually looks really, really good. What's everyone's favorite Wings of Dawn dragon? Comment down below. Also, sorry I sound like this. This mic keeps moving because I'm a very animated talker, so I move around. Alright, there we go. Big fan of the face. Big fan of the coloration on the face because you have the oranges right here and it curls up, but then you have the blues almost like fighting against it. It's a very beautiful skin. Very beautiful. I do feel like this should be maybe a little orange to match this, and then it slowly fades to blue and then back to orange, but you know, I don't make skins, so what would I know? I'm just some nerd recording this. Beautiful coloration on the wings though. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but that is absolutely stunning. Good to see a bigger version of that. I'm not going to wait as long. If it doesn't do it within 5 seconds, we'll just move on. We'll just look at it from afar and then you guys can enjoy. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,003, 1,004, 1,005, 1,000. Alright. And then it loads. God damn it. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, the wings. The wings are very beautiful. I love the blue. I love the orange patterning. I assume it's supposed to glow, but very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. You get to see it here on the back. Alright, it's not running. That's fine. Get to see it along the back right here. Very wonderful looking. We get to see it along the body here. Chest, wings. Wait, maybe this one will load. I guess not. We get to see the back right here. I'm going to zoom in for this one. I don't really care if it loads or not. But I love the colorations. I do. The colorations. Beautiful. I love the spots. And I love that it slowly turns into more of a like a cracking blue. Oh, there we go. A more cracking like blue right here. Very beautiful. And then of course on the underside you got the opposite. You got the more oranges the orange colorations here. There we go. More orange colorations here. And it kind of reminds me of, like, they do little maps of ants in colonies. That's what it kind of reminds me of, and I like that. I like that a lot. I dig that vibe. I do. The Nomads, the grim dark exiles. Nomads have never been kind to people, and we have always kept them very lore accurate, both lore and plans on how their gameplay will work. Before the end of the previous year, we have kept a lot of Nomad lore as an endgame secret. We still do in the most parts, but understandably so. To prevent us from giving away spoilers or important plot hooks, we have not answered your questions of what do the Nomads do? We have responded to the question of what Nomads don't do. And it is important, because Nomads are humans from medieval times. Medieval times for humanity were dark, disturbing, and highly uncomfortable times. And for a medieval survival game, it is important that these themes are explored in some shape or form. In our game, Nomad gameplay is optional. You're not forced to play Nomads if you do not want to. However, our game is not bright colors, friendship, and rainbows. We are not a How to Train Your Dragon type friendship beyond species kind of story. We are a game directed at adult and older audiences. Nomads are meant to be disturbing, unsettling, and scary. It's a gameplay that reflects and adds an important layer to the identity, belief, and faction. So, content warning for the following images. Following images are early visual presentations and concept art of our Nomad dragons, which may or will be uncomfortable to look at for some viewers. Malformed, unnatural, and creatures that look wrong. It is our intent for these creatures. View them at your own discretion. I assume that's supposed to say discretion. But okay. Everyone, I will let you know when you can look back if you have a bit of a weak stomach. If you do brave these warnings, I had to let you know that it will be disturbing. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Now. I will not describe what I am looking at for those viewers who are actually listening in. However, I will let you know I do not like what I'm looking at. We have the healthy icy crown, normal animal, and then we have the Nomad icy crown. Proportions are thin, almost juvenile-like despite adult size. Patchy fur or hairless, some too long or too thick. Veins and blood where human fingers start. Really. I am sorry for those of you still listening in. However, it is quite a beautiful design, if grotesque. Alright. Wait here for a second while this loads, and I apologize for those of you who have to listen in to this instead of, you could skip ahead, I suppose, but I'll let you know if you want to open your eyes. I'll let you know when to open your eyes if you're disturbed by this sort of thing. Enlarged eye socket, faces even more forward, now slightly elongated, has human teeth, probably multiple rows inside. Human skin patches have very visible varicose veins and burst capillaries. Patches are asymmetrical. Reduced neck spikes, skinnier neck, hairless or sparsely hair. Reduced chest spike, malnourished gut, almost shrink wrapped. Bone growing past skin, reduced tail spike. Ugh. Oh, we do have some armor for them. Helmet A. It's almost like the elite armor. I'm getting like Arbiter vibes from Halo 2 almost, which is really cool. I'm a big fan of this though. Feet weapons, hook talons, increases grab capacity. Very cool. Rubber jaw, Nomad icy crown. Oh, yeah. That is disturbing. And it almost looks like a kobold in a way. Ugh. Icy crown. Industrious coming fast into production. I'm not going to sit through here and try to look at these because apparently it won't load for me, but I will look at them in my own time. I suggest you guys join the Discord to look at them, or perhaps look at one of the other YouTubers covering the game. If there is one that covers this, I will link them down below. Unfortunately, I am going to have to skip over it, but that's okay. I would love to look at all these, though. I would. There's a lot of animations. Oh, here we go. Important information. Oh, wait. I should say, you guys can open your eyes now if you were looking away from that one part. Indiegogo coming to an end on the 31st of January. Our first successful crowdfunding is coming to an end. We have gained more than twice the amount of money we originally requested. To see the amount we have gathered, through your support, whether you pledged yourself, shared the information around, or joined our pre-alpha test demo back when it was online last year. To you absolutely amazing people out there and in here, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. There's not enough words in the alphabet or a language to showcase our gratitude and thanks. With the Indiegogo coming to the end at the end of this week, there is a reminder to anyone who would still like to get the Indiegogo crowdfunding exclusive William skin. Once Indiegogo has closed down, this specific skin will not make a reappearance anywhere. Thank you once more from myself and from everyone on the team. And take a neat render of our little family of albino icy crayons as well. Man, that is beautiful, though. That is beautiful. Alright, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. Even if you didn't, that's perfectly fine. We all have our different opinions on everything. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. But yeah, that was wonderful. Honestly, I'm a big fan of all of that. There wasn't really anything I disliked from that. I got uncomfortable, but like in a good way for some of the things. For some of the other things, I didn't really get uncomfortable for any of it. But yeah, we're gonna turn it off here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Even if you didn't, that's perfectly fine. We all have our different opinions on everything. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.